Look, Ami, as we know, protests have been taking place in the streets of Minnesota, marching against ICE. Over the weekend, protesters stormed a Sunday church service because they believed a pastor was connected to ICE. Ex-CNN host Don Lemon was there, and here is Donald Trump calling him a loser for taking part in it.
Mental institutions from where they came, that's all they want to do. They're patriots, and they have to be abused by guys like Don Lemon, who's a loser, lightweight. I saw him the way he walked in that church. It was terrible. I have such respect for that pastor. He was so calm. He was so nice. He was just accosted. What they did in that church was horrible yesterday. Look at it. 20.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would agree with Donald Trump there. Ami, you've been out at these protests. Can you talk to us about what you've been hearing? What are the protesters saying to you?
Yeah, first of all, really quick, I mean, Don Lemon is believe it or not, is a friend of mine. And while we agree on next to nothing, I mean, I saw the interview he gave about what he did there. And he said, it's freedom. I have the freedom of speech. Don, this is basic stuff. You can't walk onto private property and do what you want. That's not freedom of speech, bro. Take a look at the Constitution. You may have to reread it, my friend. Look, what's happening in Minneapolis is, and look, I was just there recently, as you just kind of alluded to. I shot a video, a really frightening video, where I was asking the people protesting, because of course you're hearing mostly peaceful, right? And I had a hidden camera. And I want to see what these guys were willing to do. And a hidden camera, I asked people, I'm raising money to murder ICE agents. I want to kill ICE agents. I want to raise money for weapons and bombs. I'm literally telling them I want to raise for guns and bombs to blow them up and to murder them. And, I was there. Now, there are places, by the way, where I don't have to go with security. Like when I shoot my videos in New York, I have no security. If I go to Minneapolis, I always hire security. And they said, look, we're paying attention. And they've recognized you. And I was there for 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, Gabriella, I raised nearly $200 that quickly to murder ICE agents.
No, you
Every
didn't.
single person I talked to was down with it, without exception. That's why I raised it so quickly. These are villainous people, okay? These are not people who are out there. Look, I also thought what happened to this woman was terrible, okay? I don't think she deserved to die. I think this guy acted improperly. Not illegally, mind you, but improperly. I don't like that the administration is not doing an investigation of this. I don't like that at all. I don't like the rhetoric when they said she was a domestic terrorist. She wasn't a domestic terrorist. She was doing something illegal. She should have been arrested, and she should not have been killed. Having said that, these people are not interested in this woman good. They're not interested. They have a larger agenda. They want to make sure that illegals are not put away and taken away and put back to their country. That's not what their agenda is. They want to have illegal immigration. They want to change the makeup of this country. They want these people to vote. They see this as a path to having a permanent majority, left-wing majority. That's what they're doing. And they are violent people. Again, I take security when I go to Minneapolis. It's simple. I was the BLM riots. I saw what they're capable of. They burn down the city. It's like the people of Portland and Seattle. They're in the same level. It's horrific and it's dangerous. And I applaud Trump for sending ICE in there, and I applaud Trump for wanting to clean this place up.
I can't believe it. $200 in the space of just 30 minutes. That is so concerning. And I don't know why I'm surprised, to be honest with you, as we've seen a lot of violence. Finally, Kamala Harris, it's been revealed by Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro. Well, he has revealed in his memoir that Kamala Harris's vetting team asked whether he was an agent of the Israeli government. He's written about this in his new memoir. Can I get your reaction to this, Ami?
Yeah, this is a really, even for somebody as jaded as you or I, this is really shocking. This falls into all these anti-Semitic tropes of due loyalty, right? That you're loyal more to the government of Israel than the U.S. government. Look, it could also confirm what we were saying, right, when she picked Waltz over Shapiro, that he was just too Jewy, right? That he was one of those bad Jews supported Israel. That's not what she was looking for. So this confirms all of that. It was gross. She was, not only was he asking, are you a double agent, right? That is such crazy language. She was also talking, they were really drilling down on why you went to the state of Israel in high school. Like a lot of Jews go to Israel to visit Israel, right? And she was really drilling down. What were you doing there? What were your purpose there? Like it was like scary stuff. And then she also tried to get him to recant is condemnation of these uprisings on campuses, right? That he condemned. That I lauded him then, I laud him now. That he condemned those uprisings and those encampments on our college campuses, and good for him not backing off, knowing it may cost him the nomination. So yeah, but maybe the most disturbing thing, by the way, on this wasn't really covered by a lot of people, was he also admitted that he said that she was not looking for people to give her different viewpoints and then try to hash it out and come to the right one. They asked him specifically, will you support every one of her positions? He goes, well, I will ultimately go to where she decides to go, but I see my role as a VP as giving her input on what I think. We're not looking for that. And he was shocked by that. So that was one of the crazier things we saw. One of the most disturbing little data points he had that was kind of lost in this whole anti-Semitic thing.
Yeah, it says so much about her, doesn't it? And about
really
the
does.
Democrats. Ami Horowitz, thank you so much for joining us. Great to speak to you again.
Good to see you again.